Welcome back to the Outer Worlds. So I've gone to the city, Stellar Bay, and I've sold stuff, and I've also equipped a new sniper rifle. Now, you might wonder why I'm equipping a sniper rifle, but the reason is simply that you look at this one has 943 DPS, but the damage of one specific shot is 123. The sniper rifle has 204 damage. Does much less DPS, but for getting the most out of my stealth skill and my long guns skill, the critical damage and weak spot damage and such things, I think that I should do the initial shot with this one and then change to actually this is the sniper rifle. Change to this for sniping. So that's why. And we are going to head out back to Cascadia and then out there. The ship disappeared, okay. Ah, I left it in Fallbrook. Never mind. Run through town. I believe there were beasties down here. Yes, there's a mantiqueen down there. This thing is completely unaware of me, so 600 damage. Yeah, this thing is definitely very effective. Let's blind this thing as well.
In our way.
Much better damage on this thing. Oh, I'm also wearing a new helmet that does 25% more damage to creatures.
You sure we ought to go this way, Captain?
Yes. Pretty certain. Thought it through. I do hear critters. The mantiqueen. Let's blind her.
Here we go.
Yeah. Thank you. Oh, they've eaten the raptidons. It's a healthy meal. Lots of ammunition.
Here we go.
You got him!
Mega raptidon. Well, it certainly was a big one. I'll give it that. Cute. But I am happy to note that even the difficult enemies seem to be pretty easy, I guess, by now. Halcyon Colossus. Let's cripple it.
Here we go.
Blind that thing.
Get it up! Get it up!
Are you fighting?
Done. We are victorious.
Did you ever have any doubts in your mind? Oh, they were snacking on marauders. Can't blame them for that, though. Colossus and Mauler. Colossus seems to be damaged.
We're together.
Down they go! Don't mess with us.
Peachy peachy. More marauder snacks. Let's go in here then.
Doubt there's anyone or anything alive in there to cause you any grief. Seems like I'd be more effective out here, watching for threats.
Yep. We'll be keeping watch here.
Eject Captain Matsu's command key. Thank you. Run diagnostics. This Mk4 gunship's operational parameters have exceeded acceptable damage ranges. The cost of any repairs necessary at your nearest UDL repair facility will be averaged amongst the crew. View logs, November 12th, 2354. C saying something about spare regulator bypass something something. Chikusho, I'm turning this thing towards the groundbreaker, firing up the engines and retiring. Better to be arrested than lose power and drift out into space. I just hope this old bird can handle one last trip. December 21st. How in this law-forsaken colony is it so impossible to requisition parts? My chief engineer is barking at me to order yet another damn thing and I can't even get a response from corporate. And then January 3rd, 2355. Another day, another ship lands on Terra 1 and we can't shoot them down. That makes... I've lost count. What's the point of being out here if you can't get some backup? That's useful. Start Mayday message playback. No, we're not doing that. Want to help the Monarch people. Cantankerous Canid targeting module. Or Cantankerous Canid, I don't know. Okay, so then we can give that module to Sanjar. I'm probably going to regret that, but... the iconoclasts, especially with her wanting to kill them all and the other guy being completely bonkers. At least the MSI want to try to better the corporation's people, working conditions and stuff like that.
If the iconoclasts reach that ship first, there won't be any chance for a peaceful monarch. I don't suppose you've found the targeting module yet. I've sent patrols, but they're running into trouble with the iconoclasts.
Would you agree to a truce with the iconoclasts?
They're all mad! And what's more, they left us! I don't see any way for us to work together.
I've read your reviews, Sanjar. You can't do this alone.
Not this again.
Yes?
Remember what we practiced, sir.
Yes. The words in those reviews were very hurtful, but they do not define me. I am a mantipillar, and my will is my cocoon. I can emerge and become whatever I wish.
Interesting. The people who wrote your reviews are the same type of people you'll deal with on the board.
I hadn't thought of it that way. Perhaps you have a point. Supposing you're right, who exactly would you have me work with? The iconoclasts are not the most compromising sorts.
How did things get so bad between you and the iconoclasts?
How do these things ever start? Once upon a time, Graham and I saw the same problems with MSI. A rigid corporate structure with no regard for its people. But, where I wanted to reform MSI, he only wanted to take it apart. As if starving in the wilderness is somehow better than starving under corporate mismanagement. He won't hear reason now, and I wouldn't trust him again.
So how about Graham's second in command, Zora?
That's an interesting suggestion. I confess I don't know much about her except that she worked for Rizzo. I'd be willing to consider it, but I need to see her review first.
Give him Zora's review. Actually, I already found it on a terminal in Cascadia.
Very well. I can't promise anything, but let's see what we have here. Well, it seems like she's actually very qualified. I wasn't expecting to say this, but if you can put her in charge and convince her to agree to a meeting, I'd be willing to discuss terms.
Very well. I wasn't expecting that to happen, but sure. Let's go out to Amber Heights then.
Captain, we should chat.
Yes.
Graham's got the right idea, but he isn't the right guy to execute it. I don't even think he's motivated by philosophism anymore. I think he's just guilt-ridden.
Let's be frank here. He's an unhinged charlatan.
You're not wrong, but get the hell off your high horse, preacher. This ain't exactly easy for me. I can't believe I'm even saying this, but I keep going over and over it in my head, and the only way I see the iconoclast surviving is we depose him.
And you'd run it in his stead?
Yeah. Hell, most of our people listen to me already.
Have enough perception to do number one. And what's next? What will you do when you're in charge?
Take Stellar Bay. Lick our wounds. Eventually, figure out how the hell we're going to spread the word to the rest of the colony.
The iconoclasts may take your orders, but most of them believe in him and his teachings.
Sometimes, you gotta do what's best for someone, even if they think you're wrong. Even if it's painful. When we're in Stellar Bay, they'll come around.
Fair enough.
I'm going to confront him. Can I count on your support?
Yes, let's go talk him to you.
Deep breaths. This is what's best, Sora. Time to save Monarch.
Guessing we have to do this before we can do the negotiated truce thing.
Captain, you must be back with the access codes to our new ship.
Graham, we need to talk.
We have work to do. This isn't the time for one of our spats.
I'm sorry, Graham, but Zora's taking over.
What? Zora.
You're running the Iconoclast into the ground, and I don't believe it'll get better after we take Stellar Bay. The troops take orders from me already, and you've brought me as far as you can down the Eternal Path. It's time to step down.
The troops. Listen to you. This isn't an army. They aren't soldiers. They're believers. Followers. They pick up a gun because you tell them to, not because they want to. And you, Captain, after all you've done for me, for us, you throw behind this mutinous blasphemer?
I do. She's got the best interests of the Iconoclasts at heart.
I built this movement from the ground up. I've brought freedom to Monarch, and all these years later, we're still free.
I joined because I believed that you were in it for the Iconoclasts. That you wanted nothing more than to bring freedom to Halcyon. That you were selfless. But I know the truth now, Graham. I know what happened in Amber Heights. You didn't start this movement because you wanted to save us. You wanted to save yourself.
No.
Those deaths are on your hands, Graham. No amount of meditating will clean them.
I've spent years atoning for my sins. I've studied, meditated, taught. I built the Iconoclasts so that any man could cast away his past for a fresh start.
That's your answer, Graham? You needed a fresh start? After all those innocent lives? I'm sorry. I believed in you once. I did. But it's over. Stand down.
I won't. What happened back then was a mistake, and the colony has moved on. This is my movement. These are my people. If you want to lead them, you'll have to kill me.
That isn't necessary.
Please. Don't make me do this, Graham.
If this is where my path ends, I accept it. But as long as I draw breath, I will not abandon them.
So be it.
Oh good, a fight!
That's the last of them!
Asshole.
So we did lose some reputation with the Iconoclasts. How much? 4%. That's acceptable.
Well, Captain, here we are. Killed a lot of people in the name of the Iconoclasts, and it never feels right. But this time, it's especially wrong. You've got the... Void help me. I'll never remember what that thing is called. The device from the ship. Do you have it?
Hold on. I was thinking that you and Sanjar could join forces.
I've thought about it, but I think we're too far gone. Pulling Carlotta's support was crossing a line.
Let's do the persuade. Sanjar has corporate resources you could use to spread the message.
You know, Captain, I never thought about that. Maybe he could be taught the eternal truth. Spread the message from within the corporations. All right. If he's willing to talk, I'll give him a chance.
Oh, isn't that nice? I've already spoken to him. He's agreed to meet.
Well then. I've got to prepare a few just-in-case measures. But when you're ready, let's meet at the old OSI church outside Stellar Bay.
Sounds good to me. Titus Androidicus. Oh, the church we handily looted some time ago. Oh well.
Hey, thanks for coming.
I wish I'd had more time to prepare a proper analysis on the costs and benefits of your proposed union, but I suppose we'll have to improvise.
Sanjar, you have got to scale it back.
This is very hard for me.
We're here to see that the negotiations go smoothly.
Sanjar, Stellar Bay's got food and walls. And my people need both. If you'll have us, we're willing to share the space.
Do you have any idea what that would cost? Why, drawing up the budget alone is going to take weeks.
You don't have weeks, Sanjar. Zora's ready to storm the city run.
Though I admit I'd rather not. We've shed enough blood as it is.
Is the only choice here between fighting and starving? We've got to be practical.
Come on, Sanjar, you can't start negotiations this way.
This feels more like an assault than a negotiation.
I'm getting a bit of déjà vu, Captain.
You did a strange thing with your eyes just now. Is this all supposed to mean something to me?
Come on, you can't be this obtuse. Tell me Graham wasn't working alone. He couldn't have.
Careful, Zora. Graham was Sanjar's friend.
His friend? His friend? Are you fucking kidding me, Captain? I've been standing with Graham for the better part of a decade, while this paperclip cowboy sat behind his walls.
This feels like one of those times when everyone at headquarters but me is laughing at something, but you two aren't laughing.
Amber Heights, you haulhead. 10 years ago, Graham had all those people killed.
What? That's not possible. Even for him, that's going too far.
It is. We found correspondences between him and the pirates. Or maybe wasn't it convenient how they all died just after blocking your proposal? Yeah, that's what I'm with.
I certainly didn't think so at the time, but now that you mention it... I had no idea, I swear. Look, we were both fed up with corporate leadership, but I never guessed he'd do something like that.
The innocent of heart are often blind to the guilt in others.
You can't take bureaucrats at their word. You back someone into a corner like this, and they'll say anything to get out of it.
Take it back a notch, Zora. You're here for your people, not the past.
You're right. Live in the moment. At this moment, I need a place for my people. You can share, or we can take it. Up to you.
This shall be good practice for working with the board, I see. Still, anything's cheaper than war. You have a deal, Zora.
What about the targeting module?
If we're in Stellar Bay, then we don't need it yet. I just need a promise that when we do, we'll share it.
Guess that's that.
Thank you for brokering this arrangement.
Yeah. Here's hoping we don't come to regret this. Thanks for coming out, Sanjar. Guess I'll see you at Stellar Bay.
We've changed the course of the future, Captain. You helped steer it toward the better.
That was interesting. Half worried that I would fail it there. The only thing we have left now is we go to Scylla, I mean, and we can return to Lilia. Let's do the companion quest. Probably should just have fast travel to the landing pad itself. See ya, kiddo. Insert. That's that's efficient.
Crew members Ellie and Max are engaged in a heated discussion in the kitchen.
Yeah. I don't care.
Destination reached. Scylla.
Thank you.
You got a second?
Sure.
I can't believe I wanted to shake his hand. I need a shower. Makes you wonder if being a treacherous, two-timing coward is some sort of contagious disease, or if he was just born that way.
Who are you talking about? Is this about Graham Bryant?
At first, I liked what Graham was doing. The Iconoclasts were going to change Halcyon for the better. But then, we found out Graham was behind the slaughter of Amber Heights. How can anybody so morally bankrupt lead a movement to transform the colony?
He's dead now, so it doesn't matter.
Maybe you're right. I can't stop thinking about what he did. About all those people in Amber Heights. You'd never do something like that, would you? Slaughter a whole community of innocents?
Never. However, I would rob them.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Let's get back to it. I need to put all this ugly business with Graham behind me.
Sounds good. Bring the vicar, and we have a full ship. Wonder if we can get other companions as well, since we can dismiss them. Just fast travel. We can open this hermit's lodge. And here's the hermit.
What have the solar winds deposited on my doorstep now? Just more dirt and debris? Or do you actually believe you are here seeking the truth? I must admit, I tire of the truth seekers. Mayhaps you're here to rob me? That would be so much more exciting.
Yeah? We are here to rob you. What you got?
Not much, but you are free to take whatever you wish. Please leave me a few morsels of food, though. I may not eat a lot, but I still do need to eat.
We are not here to rob you. I've brought this book for you to translate for me. We've been told this was once yours. I believe the knowledge within here contains the answers I seek. Answers that will free men's minds from toil.
I can translate it, but it won't do you any good. I can see you are a man in a hurry, and the insights in that book would take you years of study to fully comprehend.
I've spent my life in contemplation. I believe my mind is prepared to receive the truth.
We've come a long way to help Max get some peace. Is there anything you could do to help?
There is one way that can speed up the process. It involves a combination of several ingredients, some of which can be fatal. It is not for the faint of heart or the unprepared.
When you say ingredients, you mean drugs, right?
A crass way to put it, but yes. Chemicals that can expand or destroy the participant's consciousness.
What happens if you are unprepared?
Either hallucinations followed by unconsciousness and a headache, or raving insanity, which can be fun in its own way.
We don't have a choice, so Max just said he was prepared, didn't he?
And I believe he may be right. There is both violence and peace warring inside you, Max. This process would be extremely tenuous for one such as yourself.
I'm committed, no matter the cost.
I don't know, Captain. Is this safe? I don't think this is safe.
Probably isn't. It's safe if I say it is. We're doing this, and I'm probably going to regret this.
Well, I don't want to leave you all on your lonesome. I'll just... Oh, fine, I'll do it.
All right. Head on into the meditation room and partake of the sacramental incense. It's waiting on the table when you're ready to begin.
Oh, we have to do it ourselves as well. Right. Breathe deeply.
Poor Maximilian. Maximilian, why are you still doing this? You've been fighting against the world since before you left home. Haven't you figured out yet that the more you fight, the more pain you cause yourself?
Mother, you're dead. You can't be here. I knew this was too good to be true. These are just cheap hallucinogens that have... What's happening to my voice? Does my voice sound weird to you? And what's wrong with your face?
Y'all see these stars I'm seeing? Gosh, they're pretty. Like shimmers in the sea.
If she's a hallucination, why am I seeing her too?
We are obviously the victims of a tasteless joke being perpetuated... perpetrated? I mean, we're being made fools of, aren't we? When I get out of here, I'm going to show that hermit what you get for messing with me.
Maximilian, always ready to give up, to lash out, always searching for answers, but always in the wrong place, never looking inside himself.
I hope you'll pardon my interruption, but I think it's because he's unhappy with himself.
We all came this way. We ought to at least hear her out.
Thank you. It relieves me to see there's at least one positive influence in my son's life after all these years. Has he told you how he thoughtlessly abandoned us?
Thoughtlessly? How could you say that? I only wanted you and Father to be proud of me. I was going to be the perfect vessel. I was going to be a better... more full of the plan. This year, it's all coming out wrong. The plan. It filled you with a joy I could never feel. I wanted it. And being a laborer made me miserable. I was better than that.
You certainly convinced yourself you were. But don't feel bad. We continually lie to ourselves, weaving stories in a vain attempt to convince us that we are in control of anything.
That's deep.
These stories are how we try to make sense of our lives, but they are not real, are they? They're just stories. You need to drop your story and see the truth.
Very deep.
Stories are real. If they mean something, if they inspire you to kindness or action, but maybe Max's story about himself is all wrong, and that's why he's so unhappy.
Saying the truth is easier said than done.
You want me to give up my discipline? My control? Oh, but I can't. I can't. Without order, there is chaos.
You need to love the chaos, Maximilian. Let it envelop you. Take you where it will. Besides, you really have no choice anyway.
No, that's not true. The basis of everything is order, not chaos. It's true, I know it is. So did you. Why are you denying it? Before you died, the plan made you happy.
No, it didn't. I made myself happy. There's nothing holding you back but you. If you can't understand that, you will never understand anything. Goodbye, Maximilian.
This whole thing, it's just a farce, right? Just my own brain working against me? You couldn't be more right. Hello, Max. What? Who? Why do you look like me? Are you me? Not really. I'm who you think you are. I am disciplined, controlled. I have no doubts. And I don't exist. Yet you have judged yourself against me your whole life. Why? Why do you berate yourself for not being me?
Let them talk? Or maybe... That's interesting. Because I do agree with this vivid hallucination. Yeah, Max, why do you do that?
I don't. I mean, that's not how it is at all. I don't know. Is it wrong to try to be a gooder, better person than I am? But that's not what you're doing, is it? You're desperately trying to find a story to organize reality in your head. A story to control everything. A new story of the happy you, the contented you, me. That's not... It can't be right. I've only been searching for the answer to the equation, because it will set us free, won't it? How? By removing the need to make any decision? To have your life completely controlled? The illusion of certainty? Your obsession allowed you to avoid the real question. Who are you? I'm Max. Me! I'm real. You can't convince me otherwise. Please don't convince me I'm not.
It's okay, Mr. Vicker. We're here, watching over you. You just ride this out, right?
Yeah, please don't do that. I'm invested in being me.
Your individual self is what's not real. It is simply a concept. By the architect. Architect? How could I have believed in an architect? That's ridiculous. I must be losing my mind completely. What you're saying almost makes sense. We exist inside our thoughts, thinking we're in control. That's it, isn't it? We have no control over anything. It's all lies. How could I not have seen this? But how do we escape ourselves?
Right. I'm confused and nauseous, but mostly nauseous.
I see you're back with us. Feared we lost you there. Never seen anyone pass out yet stay upright before.
What happened?
I woke up. The illusions I built for myself just fell away. I'm no longer interpreting, I'm experiencing. Everything is perfect.
I'm glad you found the answers you were looking for, Max.
In a way. Perhaps it's more accurate to say I was asking the wrong questions. I understand so much more now. I see it all. All there is to be experienced, to be lived. Of course there is pain and loss, but the suffering is caused by trying to control reality. Clinging to the way you want things to be, not enjoying the way they are.
Actually, very much agree with him. There may be something to that. You seem happy, but he's not angry.
I am content. I've finally found what I was looking for, even though I was looking for the wrong thing.
It's a very interesting philosophical experience.
So, have you found your answers?
Not so much found as finally listened.
Yes, it is quite the convoluted maze we build for ourselves.
Existence is simpler with your eyes closed. It takes courage to open them. I'm sorry that I don't have that. Let's just do We Should Go. And we're not going to rob her. For once. Although, question. Perception. I can talk
I
to her
hope
again.
your
No.
answers you have found are satisfactory.
I could have used some food to increase my intelligence, stuff like that. Okay, let's head back to the ship. Can't fast travel while near hostiles.
It is endlessly fascinating to me that all... Trouble incoming, Captain! Nice one!
Where did these come from?
Oh! That's the last of them.
They respawn?
What were we discussing again? Ice. It is endlessly fascinating to me that all of existence is simply atoms, molecules, and chemical reactions, which in turn create and govern our bodies, minds, and emotions. And yet somehow, we still believe we are in control.
Indeed. And with that,
Some crew members are causing a disturbance on the ship.
as usual, with that philosophical ending to the episode, I hope you enjoyed that philosophical debate as much as I did. Thank you all so much for joining me, and I will see you all next time.